All righty. Oh, happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you're having a tremendous day so far. I uh so one of our players is going to Hawaii. Good for them, right? But it leaves the rest of the party high and dry. So I long ago I made a whole bunch of these funny little houses, and I have them decorated for a Christmas special I was running, but it's no longer Christmas, so I need to repaint all of these to better fit where they're at. So I'm gonna try and make a brown real quick. And also we're just gonna hang out and talk about life and creativity and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great. Nice Sunday chat. So I'm gonna go with like a strong brown. We're gonna need quite a bit of this, I think. Hello, well, not morning anymore. Happy Sunday. I just got out of tea time with the patrons. Got a new cup of matcha tea in my terrible, wonderful like mimic mug. It's wonderful. David, good. How you doing? Your work is amazing. I'm a big fan. David, I couldn't be more grateful. I'm so happy that you like the work. It really means a lot to me. You know, I've always been creative. I don't know. It's just something very natural to me, and just the fact that you appreciate it means a lot. I thank you a lot. Okay, I'm looking for like a straw brown, and I added way too much gray to that. My goodness, not off to a great start. We'll get there. Oh, wrong yellow. Oh yeah, wait, I was using my other two. What am I even doing? Who am I? Who am I? All right, there we are. How's your day going, David? Almost need to add like black to it and not gray. Seems obvious now. No, I want black. Hope you're all having just a tremendous day. Sundays are Sundays are fun. They can be used for a lot of different things, from projects to I don't know, getting your head right before the rest of the week starts. Hello, you're on a customer call. You're working. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh man, my color mixing skills are not with me today. What is this color? It's terrible. Like I don't know if even the camera will pick up on it. Oh, it's so bad. I'm looking like a nice dark brown, but I'm really struggling here. All right. Let me just keep adding yellow and hope for the best. Always working. What are you painting today? I'm painting these funny little buildings I made for DnD Christmas special. So I'm repainting them all to make it just look more like a medieval village. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's something I needed to do. I was like, well, why might as well do it during our Sunday chats. Oh, it's good to see you all. Like I said, I hope you're having just a tremendous day. I completely forgot. Yeah. Moons. I try to do it every. Man, this color is terrible, but it kind of gives me like an old thatched kind of vibe. Those old thatched like English cottages. That's what the roofs actually look like. So maybe I'm just trying to be too much of a realist here. That's a baby poo green for sure. It's awful. Well, I'm definitely not a painter, and I'm not good with like my color theory. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just hoping something sticks here. Oh, it's awful. What am I even doing here? Okay. It's getting closer to what I want, but at the end of this thing, I'm gonna have a pint of this color. Okay, more yellow. We need way more of that golden yellow in here. I had way too much gray. You know what? We need a moment of tea. To get our thinking caps on properly. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get the roof color And what's the cool cup? Isn't this thing god awful but amazing at the same time? A friend of mine made this. Look at it. It's like a mimic. Oh, and the little hand, and they have like little feet. It's terrible in such a good way. How do you make a good brown? What browns? What do you use to make a good brown? Is it red and is that red and blue? And that's purple. Moons. I appreciate the input. Yeah, I'm not good with colors. That's why everything's black in my world. I just make it the color of the material. Creepy cup. All right, more yellow, brighter yellow. I'm working with a straw, but we're just we're just doing our best here. Ooh, I think that's helping. We might be on to something, gang. That's better. We salvaged it. Yeah, it's kind of like a greenish brown. I'm into it. This will work. And I have plenty here, luckily. All right. So I'm gonna start painting the rooftops, I think. Apex, hello again. How you doing, buddy? It's great hanging out with you today. Ooh, this might not be easy to paint. It's always an experiment. I'll be done. Ooh, I want to test something. Come down a little bit onto the eave. Oh, I do like that. Actually, do I like that? I don't like that. Oh no, that you had a headache during tea time. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. So this foam is very porous. From when I made this funny little house. I wonder if I do have a brown. I don't think I have a brown. I need to do. Ooh, I have an idea. I have another idea. I'm gonna go over here. Do that kind of straw. But yeah, and also we've been doing that. The artist workshop. I'm really excited for this coming week with that. I want to see what this yellow and red does. Oh, Louis. Howdy, Bob Ross. No. Bob Ross. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, we're exploring right here now. I'm trying different colors. I have this old. Oh, I like this brown though. It's kind of like an oaky brown. Yeah, there's like this little eave that I want to paint. Okay. You know what? We're gonna make it happen. Yeah, that works. I like it. I like it a lot. Any interesting projects? Always. I'm actually thinking about. So you saw that titanium that I received from a wonderful fan. I can't believe the generosity. My goodness. But they sent me 13 pounds of pure titanium, and I haven't had much access to titanium, so this will be a huge learning experience for me, which I'm really excited for. But the thinking about making my like a new primary forging hammer from some of it. So I need to do some research. I need to do a lot of research on how to build a good forging hammer. I mean, I've built a lot of my hammers, but not from titanium. It's a weird metal. I always love a good challenge. Yeah, new material, brand new to me. And it's true. It's interesting because after gosh, over 20 years of the trade. It's not very often that I'm challenged with something very new. I mean, I try to challenge myself no matter what, but with something that new, you know what I mean? Like that's an entirely new piece of material to work with. So I want cute little shutters, and I'm thinking about painting the windows black and then having like a glow of yellow in the center of it, almost like there's like a lantern on inside. You know what I mean? I think it'd be great. It's already freaking cute. Other than steel, what materials have I worked with? Well, there are many different types of wood, of course, but a whole lot of um, well, stainless steel from weird alloys. Alloys meaning like those big ball bearings that you can get from like pump valves. Um, yeah, just really bizarre alloys that are out there from between Monel, Inconel. Um, Weird stuff, but not titanium. I forge a lot of stainless steel, and that's a fun one. But titanium's gonna be pretty interesting, to say the least. Oh, and Callie's here. It's good to see you. Yeah, we need to do that podcast. Dang it, I haven't forgot about you. I promise. Yeah, so good to just be able to hang out with you guys on a Sunday. Just chill out, stop, like kind of working all the time. I mean, that this is working, obviously, but just kind of just chill out a little bit and paint some stuff. But yeah, Callie, please be sure to message me when it's good for you to do that podcast. My schedule got a little crazy, especially around St. Pat's. Blew the dust off the bagpipes and gave him a blast around town. That was fun. It's always a lot of fun to be able to give people. It's not something you get to hear every day. You know what I mean? I feel like I should paint each one of these buildings a different color, or should I keep it white? You know, because also I could add in like those almost like what are they like the Swedish style or the Norwegian style kind of beamwork, you know, for that little extra detail. We'll send a message to Discord. Perfect, perfect. That's the campaign. Wait, how did the airship go? Oh, it was great. They totally got shot down. It totally got destroyed. It was perfect. It was perfect. Everything went to plan. Yeah, thanks for asking. The airship was a lot of fun. Yeah, so what I'm preparing for these little buildings is a goblin run. I call them goblin run. And oh yeah, the bagpipes, they were a lot of fun. It's always a good time when the bagpipes are out. Um, yeah, I like to do a goblin run because the party gets to play like gremlins. You know, they're just these terrible little things, and you wreak all sorts of havoc. So it's just a good old fashioned blast. Okay, what colors should the houses be? I like that for the doors. I like this kind of light brown that we figured out, but I feel like I need to paint the walls as well as the rest of the lid. You know, it was too short. You loved it. Oh, I'm glad. Hey, as a piper, you always leave them wanting more. If you play until they got their fill, you played too long. It's a very loud instrument. I'm just gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna do all of the doors. No, 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 no. I keep going back and forth on myself. I always second guess. You guys do that too? It's too easy. We've been doing that creative workshop with Damian Skinner, and I'm excited for this next chapter. I haven't read ahead yet, but just really looking forward to it because I don't know, I think there's a lot to that inner filter, that inner critic that really holds you back from your true creative self. And I'm excited to overcome that because we all got it. Even the fact that I'm creative for a stinking living and I'm still just always a victim of my own criticisms. Oh yeah, the neighbors love it. They actually all came outside and were hooting and hollering. It was good to see. What did Apex do? No, the kilt was too short. Apex, settle down. Oh no, that's hilarious. Okay, between these two colors, I like what I'm seeing. I like, between like the little doors. I do kind of like the white walls. I just got to get rid of all of like the tinsel and the holly and stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, you were writing. Yeah, I'll be dang. Yeah, it's definitely been the subject. It's been a ton of fun. Maybe I can just get away with the tinsel and stuff. Like, no, I can't. My mind is in the gutter. Your mind is always in the gutter, partner. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I need to make more of that lovely kind of burnished brown that we had. I like that, anyways. But Damian Skinner, I'm excited because he's been teaching that workshop for like 20 years, something wild like that. So, and he's had a lot of success with it. And so I'm really curious to see what it might uncover in all of us. You know what I mean? And I'm just so stoked to share the journey with you all. It's pretty cool. Like I'm starting to realize the power of community. We were discussing that in our tea time this morning of just what it means to have a sense of community, be able to chat with people, be able to find support and be strong for others. It's an amazing thing. And it's funny too, because it's so intrinsic to our humanity. And I feel like what was that? There's an old Charlie Chaplin movie, black and white. But it wasn't silent. It was like the Great Dictator or something like that. And he makes a statement where it's like, technology, somehow brings our voices together, but somehow isolates us in the same exact stroke. People are feeling very isolated, and community really helps with that. I think. Yeah, at least 23 years. It's a lot. It's a good amount of time. Okay, we need more red because I over yellowed. Easy to do. Easy to do. But yeah, TikTok might get banned. That's definitely in the news. My goodness. Pretty wild. Okay. This doesn't match. It doesn't match. How do I make a match? What did I do? What did I do different? I'm not good with colors. I'm not colorblind or anything like that, but I might as well be. My goodness. People that like, oh my gosh, I had a great conversation. So when I say I'm not self-taught, it's because of people like the person I'm about to talk about. He's this great old guy. He works at this place called Blake's Hardware. And it's my go-to spot, and he's kind of my guru. He's wonderful. He knows a little bit about everything. And when he I added way too much red. When I was working on rayless blades, he helped me color match, and that right there is such a art form. Blows my mind watching him add a little bit of blue and then a little bit of red, and I was so grateful to have him in my court. Pretty awesome. I'm just so appreciative of other people's talents. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. What did I do different? Now it's too red. Now we're like working on like a terracotta kind of color. That won't do. Who would have thought this would have turned into like painting by numbers over here with Max Randolph. Still fun though. Ooh. A little bit of the little touch of our kind of god awful color that we made first. That did the number. That did it. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, it's amazing. It play more bagpipes. I know. I should play more often. I really don't play enough. Is also I feel like I have to like relearn them every year. You know what I mean? And that's never good. You know, I should keep them up more often. Something very relaxing about just kind of painting rudimentary like little environments and stuff. Because this is not, you know, anything that I'll be, you know, writing home about. It's just very relaxing. It is a pretty instrument. And more concertina. You want more concertina? Huh? I mean, I could take care of you. Like it's right there. I've been wanting to actually. So I bought that brand new a long time ago, and it was like a beginner's. You know, there's not too many buttons on it, but more concertina. You guys want to hear concertina? Are you sure? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you want to hear the concertina, but I want more notes. You know, so I can play more like just different types of music because right now it's almost like a harmonica where it's in like a primarily major key. But if I get a new one, I could get a lot more keys in it. All right. Here, let me finish this silly thing, and I'll play you a little ditty. You guys have any projects today? What are you all working on? Or is it just relaxing? Both are just as valid. Have you seen the TV series Outlander? I have. Max needs a hat. I don't wear hats. What did I miss? Oh yeah, they were talking about more like concertina. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, we're gonna do some woodworking in the rain and wind. Oh, that sounds amazing. Very majestic of you. Been enjoying the storms. Yeah, it's stormy. It's pretty stormy here today. I'm into it. Always like inclement weather. It's always just been neat. But also, I am in California, so inclement weather is not much of a in our vocabulary here. Oh, hey, feel free to procrastinate with us. You know, we're just hanging out, having a conversation. I'm just answering your questions. It's good to just kind of chill out for a minute, you know? It's important. Scone, hello. How are you? We were just hanging out. Oh, Rage, that means a lot to me. I'm glad you both enjoy my work. That really means the world to me. You know, I definitely don't post for my own benefit. You know what I mean? It's definitely to perhaps inspire or just share some passion with you all. Oh, the concertina. Let me wrap this up, and I'll push a couple buttons. Okay, there's that. Now we got to go to our ugly color. This is a little Bob Rossi, isn't it? What the heck? How did this happen? I mean, whatever. As long as you guys are happy, I'm happy. Honestly, this terrible color that we created together, well, that I created, um, it's kind of growing on me. It's kind of cool, like little earth tone. I don't hate it, not as much as I did before. But yeah, like someone, I don't remember your name, but it was definitely baby poop green. Is this growing on me? These little eaves. Yeah, I like it. I want to add in some beams, but apparently I can't get my browns right. The party coming out. I want to watch it with you guys. Good one. I love reading you guys' comments. Oh, too good. What color should the steps be? Maybe this color. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. One thing that the morning pages have been kind of teaching me is just, yeah, ignoring my inner critic and just kind of just go for it. You know, what do you got to lose? Oh, and D's here. Oh, yeah. I knew that. Okay. 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 But it can't, it's just too white. Like I need beams and things on this thing. Oh, we got a lot here. I got 5 of these stinking things. And they're all kind of unique to themselves. I want to paint the little steps this kind of baby poop green. Because also I want it to feel weathered. I want it to feel lived in. I mean, nothing's perfect here, which I like. I like that. Okay. I'll play concertina. Let me get some tea first. Make sure I don't get paint on it. All right, here we go. What do you guys want to hear? I mean, I don't have names for these tunes. I write these things. Um, so I used to make my cousins row me around on a rowboat out at the lake. There's a lake where I grew up, and we had a rowboat, and I would make them row me around, and I'd be on the bow doing a Captain Morgan with this thing. Free bird. Oh. I see that's the problem with Misty Mountain Cold because it's like a beginner's concertina and there's not a whole lot of buttons. I need more minor keys to be able to do Misty Mountains. That giggle. Oh. Oh. I'm trying to remember how to play. All my instruments I set down for too long. Sounds good. Okay, because I have no idea what the sound quality is like for you. So there you go. We're just hanging out, painting buildings, and talking about who knows what, and playing music. That's what we're all about. For me, the morning pages showed me that I can be in quiet without anything. Oh, like usually I always have something on. Oh, that's really interesting, Moons. Yeah, I always like to have music playing or I have to have something going on. You loved it? Oh, yeah, shanties. Oh, Callie. I used to be in a band, a couple bands. But one of them I had this funny drinking song that I used to play, but it was like I gotta remember how it went. Ah, I don't remember how it goes. But yeah, just I don't know. Fiddle around enough and you can kind of figure some stuff out. But one of my I think I hinted at this before, but my next one of my next commissions has to do with playing that concertina, and I can't tell you about it, but I can give you little hinty hints maybe. No, I can't even do that. I can't even do that. I don't know if you can call it music. It's mainly just fiddling around. Okay, yeah, we got this new little guy. I love all the little. I don't know. It's very idyllic, right? This funny little village with all the cute little porches and awnings and stuff. I don't know. Like I remember watching like Beauty and the Beast when I was a kid, and like that village. I haven't seen it in years, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember that village always seemed so darling. You know, like everyone's able to just kind of like hang out. There's like the central little market you can just walk to. Just seems freaking great. I love where I live. Don't get me wrong, but I just always thought that would just be so quaint to live in like a little village where everyone can just walk to each other's place. You know what I mean? You would be great on Sesame Street. Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Ooh, maybe draw stained glass windows. Oh, I love that idea. I love a good stained glass window. But for the windows, I was thinking about painting black and then kind of fading in like lighting, almost like little bits of yellow. So like there's like candles. There's like candles in the windows. You know what I mean? It feels lived in. Provincial. That's a good word. That's a perfect word to describe it. Copper, quit licking. He's over here licking his butt. When you lived in Sicily, you lucky dog, that's amazing. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, see, like just being the village blacksmith. Yeah, sign me up. Nice, simple little life, but I'd probably get bored, and then I would have to like revolutionize something. I'm just I got kind of a wacky brain. Can't ever stop. Can't ever just be enough. It's always got to be something crazy. You forget the G. Ooh, to Glasgow. Ooh, oh, I would love. See, I know if I ever go to Europe, I'm going to be losing my absolute mind with just all of the artistry. I just know it. Yeah, so right now we're painting a lot of these wood elements, like the shutters, the doors, the porches. And then I think I want to do like an off-white for the walls, and it'll just be standard, just like a standard thing that all the people just live in. Um, that like the Dutch that have the very classic beam and kind of stucco walls. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know very much about. I know all about ironwork from all over the world, but not so much wall furnishings from around the world. Ooh, more finished Valhalla doors. So we'll be returning back to the Valhalla doors right after this tree I'm building. And I'm actually got my editor working on that video as we speak. Um, yeah, I'm excited to return back to the Valhalla doors. Those things, and let me tell you what, They haven't even begun to get cool yet. They're not even close. Ooh, a tea shop in Glasgow with cake? Yeah, count me in. Count me in, Scone. Trying to paint within the lines here. I'm not doing a very good job. That's okay. It's a goblin run. It doesn't need to be perfect. Ooh, could you do something similar? Moons, I don't think I understand the question. I'd be like, well, the instruments that I was thinking about building? There's a lot of instruments that I really want to build. And some kind of work on the same principle as the piano. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh yeah, look, we got our cute little buildings here. Thank you so much. Hey, Rage, no worries. Oh, I really appreciate it. You're too kind. I can't handle it. Far too kind. I'm not good at receiving compliments. I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, just plumb terrible at it. Okay, we're gonna go with our nasty brown. Actually, what's kind of great is I originally spray painted these rooftops, and this nasty brown matches it perfectly. So it is meant to be, gang. It was meant to be. The piano, yes, the piano that I rebuilt. That was a fun project. And it was such a cool story too. That piano has been shipped back and forth between Canada, the West Coast, and France like 3 times. It followed this family around. It was the most bizarre story. And it's the same people that received the or that ordered the marble metamorphosis from me, that commissioned it. They were just the sweetest people. Also, uh, they want me to build them a hobbit door. So we have a lot to look forward to, gang. But yeah, that'll be going into a mountainside on the coast. It's going to be wild. Yeah, and that'll have a ton of stained glass and all sorts of goodies. Moons, that means the world to me. That's awesome. Yeah, another hobbit door. But I'm thinking, instead of it rolling into the canyon, thinking about making it pivot in the center, making it big enough to where there's a whole walkway on both sides of it, and making it function that way. And then when you lock it, it like almost like what's the place in Hogwarts? The where the where the damn the goblins are, and then they got everything in vaults and stuff. That place, just a crazy locking mechanism, almost like an iris. I think that'd be just the coolest thing. We're getting there. Now we got like the mansion. We got the mansion to get now. Gringotts. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I always need help remembering things. Where was I? Speaking of remembering things, oh yeah, we're gonna do the steps. I appreciate y'all just hanging out with me. This is just fun. Yeah, what I do on my Sundays is I, pour a cup of tea, have my tea time with my lovely patrons, and then we hang out here. It's a great time. Mountain property in Virginia. Oh, and the Hobbit door. That's hilarious. Wow. I mean, whatever works, right? I'm glad you found me in one way or another, right? How fun is that? I think, yeah, we need to paint white. Boring. Too boring. We need to give it some life with a nice off-white. Very lively. Hey, late. That's fine. We're just hanging out. No need to be concerned about being late. Besides, the wizard's never late. You always arrive precisely when they mean to. I think we're playing the next unpredicted party game next Wednesday, and I'm itching because there's a lot of things you don't know about, and I'm really excited for you to be on board with me because I'm terrible with spoilers. I can't keep a secret to save my life. It's hard. It's hard when you're excited. When you're really enthusiastic, it's really tough to keep secrets. Oh, Quincy, I don't know them personally, but I am a huge fan. We're friends like online, but oh, Quincy just seems like such an absolute wonderful soul. Did you finish the skeletons? I did, but the party we have not played yet, so I'm like over prepared. Haven't been able to bust them out, but yeah, I'm excited. There's gonna be a huge horror aspect to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I try to balance things out with just absolute, just pure joy. You know, making really wonderful NPCs that brighten the party's day, and then hit them with some gnarly, scary stuff. Lure them into a false sense of security and safety, like a nice warm blanket, and then rip it off, and it's nothing but horror. You know what I mean? Pure joy and horror. That's what I like to serve on a hot plate. No, it's all good. I just D&D. I don't know. It's become just such a passion of mine because it's pure creation. Oh my! You almost knocked the neighborhood down. It's pure creation. It's just there's no holds barred. And it's funny now that I realized I built my entire life on creation, just in general. So to be able to have a part of that and have it mutual and get like pretty much a family together and do it, oh, it's just the best. How often do I kill my players? Very, very rarely. They'll sometimes go down, but it's a very scary moment. But I've actually, now that I think about it, I've actually never killed a PC before. I mean, very close. There's been several times where they've been on their last death save. I'm a kind DM. Oh, the flubber worm tongue. Yeah, that was a blast. That group is just so much fun to just riff off of. They inspire greatness. Hmm. I know the flubberworms. How is that not the most hot ticket right now? Flubberworms. Beery has just been such a blast to play. And it's funny because I built them like just as like a kind of a joke. It was like, yeah, whatever. I'll play with these guys. It'll be fun. Turns out I'm like in love with that character. He cracks me up. We have money. We have adult money that we want to pay with. Oh, Don did send me something though. Look at this. He sent me his check it out. I'm trying to get paint on it. Give me a minute. Look at that. The second edition. Second edition. I'll have to wear that next game. You know. But I like his idea. I would totally love a second edition. Make it. I would like it. You 8 hours long minimum. Nope. No unpredicted party merch. I don't know what the hell. I should just buy it. I mean, support them. I just forget about it. But hey, we're all neurodivergent. We forget things. But yeah, about all the merch. Nah, no worries. Ooh, I'm getting into like the porous stuff, and this is hard to paint. Ooh, it's gonna eat up all of my that lovely brown that I made. That'll be okay. It's just D&D. They'll get the idea. Birdie overlords. Just don't forget to eat. Me? Never. I'm too hungry for that. I'm too much of a foodie. You got 3 of them? How funny. We are getting there. This was a long one. Ooh, yeah, meal prepping is always a good idea. Always a good idea to meal prep. I do that a lot, especially at the beginning of the week, like kind of like today. Sometimes do like a big old veggie broth or something like that that I can carry into the week to come. Some days you ain't got nothing left to cook with. Tired. Ooh, big difference between live to eat to live. Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I definitely fall into the category where like food is just a part of life. It's a lifestyle. It's funny. I've met people in my past that didn't really care. Like they could eat the same exact thing, like Soylent. Remember Soylent? They did that. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I understand the convenience of it. You don't have. It's one less thing you got to think about. I don't know. For me, that's the trick to life. It was like, ooh, I think about my next meal pretty much right after the first. Ooh, speaking of which, matcha tea is really on point right now. I'm just been on a matcha tea kick. It's been real good. Okay, what do you think? Should we focus on walls or windows? Because I'm thinking about going black windows with like just a nice little yellow glow from the inside. You know what I mean? Like a gradient. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I have no idea. Or do I go to the walls next? Because I got to get rid of these Christmas lights. What do you think? Yeah, you got to eat the rainbow. Candlelight windows, walls. Okay, so I'm seeing one for each. Matcha. Yeah, it's real good. It's good for you too. Tons of antioxidants and all sorts of goodies. Windows walls. It's a tie. I can't handle this. This is too crazy. We need a tiebreaker. First one. Walls first. Okay. Walls. Okay. So I'm gonna get some white down. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Uh-huh. There's the paint. Okay. White. Now do I do? I've been really using a lot of my straw color. Let's see here. I'm gonna get this like bright yellow. Little dash. Boop. Okay. It's probably too much. Who knows? I don't know. I'll start with a little and I'll probably end up with a ton of it. Ooh, oh my gosh, actually, that's kind of nice. Oh, I think we knocked it out of the park right off the bat. Look at this. I don't know if it even show up. Watch me like there it is. Yeah. Ah, it's like a nice like off-white. This is lovely. I'm gonna need a lot more though. Now I'm realizing it. I'm also thinking about just painting the front facades because that's the backside though. This is lovely. Will the glowing windows show up okay? I don't know. I mean, if this was like my job, I'd 100% make them hollow and put like little LED tea lights in them, so they flicker. And they, if this was my job, yeah, I would go crazy. But also, I kind of want to set the bar relatively low on the consistency. So when like the final boss happens and there's like crazy amount of detail into the map, it'll shock them. They're not like, oh, this is it, you know, thinking ahead. You gotta think ahead with these troublemakers. All right, let's start with the little one and see what happens. The yellow, I mean, I do like a cute yellow house. Oh, this is way better. Oh. Yes, I like it. Goodbye, Christmas lights. But we'll paint them. Did I get paint on me? Dang it, I did. Um, but the Christmas lights will be back when the next Goblin run happens, inevitably. You know, Goblin runs are the best. So what it is like, so there's a holiday, and it'll be them pretty much stealing St. Patrick's Day. So they've got to go find some, but some form of potatoes. They gotta go steal some ale. You know, just classic stuff like that. And yeah, it's a lot of fun because you guys remember the movie Gremlins? It's that. It's just Gremlins. Just and the best part about it is there's no wrong way to make a goblin. The worse the better. Oh, this is lovely. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline everything with Sharpie, really to kind of get the lines to pop right. Also, unexpectedly, this is giving me like Adobe vibes, right? Is it just me? Huh? It's a lot less festive than it was. Let me attempt. Let me attempt something here. Oh no, not yet. It's got to dry. What do you think? So I feel like I'm doing like an art project for like second grade or something right now. But so I got like the little facade, the cute little round window, and then I'll paint this guy. But do I need to do this because it's very porous, and I don't think the paint will even like stick to it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a little bit. I'll just do a little bit, just to because I know the player are gonna say something like, "Oh, you didn't paint the sides." I'll just do a little coating. Oh, looks like hell. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Happy giggles from the dungeon master. Always the happy giggles. It's always a good time. If you're not giggling, you're not having fun. And if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Hmm. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying you all being here, just hanging out with me. It's fun. I kind of feel like I'm talking to myself, but I know you're there. I know you're there. Yeah, the main thing is we just got to erase the Christmas lights. I kind of want to keep the garland because it's kind of, um, actually, we'll just make new ones. Let's make new ones. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Paul, good afternoon. I'm really happy you like my work. That makes me happy. Right now, I'm just painting some silly D&D stuff. Just hanging out with you guys, having a cup of tea on a Sunday. Nice stormy Sunday. Ooh, I love a good storm. window flower boxes. Jerry, you're totally right. How do I do that? We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to paint over the garland. The things that come out of your mouth when you're painting D&D stuff. I'm going to paint over the garland, and then we'll reapply some type of green. You're right, because it looks too, it's like a desert, you know. We need some greenery. Yeah, we're getting there. But you see how boring it looks eventually? It won't look boring soon, I promise. It's been years since I've last played D&D. It really depends on who's at the table and, like, you know, the just general creativity of everybody and the attitude. But it's just a lot of fun. Good times, great way to create memories and turn friends into like a family. You know what I mean? Ooh, D, that's brilliant. Not bad at all. Could always rely on you for great creativity advice. We're getting there. It's tedious. I like tedious. Tedious is. What do you think? Do you like tedious work? Is there something relaxing about it? For some reason, it can. Well, sometimes it's hell. Right now, it's sometimes very soothing. Popsicle sticks. See, you guys are totally coming back to second grade with me. It's great. It's great. We're getting there. We're getting there. But I think what's gonna really pop this off is all of like all the beams, all exposed beamwork. You know what I mean? You know, like in the Dutch houses. Am I thinking of the right culture here? Dang it. Can never remember. Is it Dutch? Hey Troy, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're just hanging out, painting some, a little D&D village. It's great fun. I want to say it's Dutch. Like, I'm usually wrong about most things. Yeah, make it look kind of quaint and kind of Western, Northwestern European. Ooh, some brown got in there. Oh boy, that changed things real quick, didn't it? My goodness. It's okay. Some of us can do math, some of us can't. That's the beauty about, people getting together with different strengths. Okay. It looks plain right now. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if any of you played the original like Zelda games, but the little houses, this is what it reminds me of. You know when you go through the little town? Those of you who remember, know. All right, where do I begin here? My goodness. Okay. This is the big one. Oh, now I can hear the music. Happy accidents. Oh, we're going to have plenty of those. Don't you worry. Don't you worry one bit. Hey, math. Yeah, it was just Pi Day too. Um, Math, I don't know. I grew up hating math, hating it with every ounce of passion I could possibly muster. But now I mean, you could do some amazing things with it, you know? But I like to think that I do pretty simple math, but sometimes it's not very simple. Yeah, for the full school experience for sure. But I'll tell you what though, projects like art projects in school was like the favorite. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you all of a sudden if we had a project to do that had any artistic thing, oh, I was there. And everyone knew it too. It's funny. I I didn't play well with others. You know, I just like take the project over, but I'd still get people wanting to be on my like team because they knew I was creative, but I wouldn't let them do anything. I would just take over. I hate math. Swings a hammer for a living. Yeah, yeah. But when it comes to like gear cutting and making a freaking 10,000 pound hobby door roll, for forever, it takes a lot of math. Especially just like measurements, making sure everything's within a 32nd of an inch at the most. You know, it takes a lot of math. See, now we're into like the porous territory, and that's not fun. That's hard to paint. Not a fan of math either. Spray, Troy, you're too hard on yourself. There's a lot. Well, I mean, there's a lot of physics that goes into that you probably. I mean, when you do something so regularly, yeah, I think you get. It's easy to get lost just how you know the things that you do you take for granted. You know what I mean? Like the amount of physics that is involved with putting a fire out, getting gear. Dang it, keep getting paint on my sweater. But the amount of physics that's involved with all that. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of like internal math equations, but you are in your mind. You don't realize it or not. Art classes for sure. It is usually the first thing to cut. Yeah, that and music, which is really unfortunate. I actually I got a field trip of kids coming to the shop next month. Well, not in a month, but next month, early next month, and I'm really excited because working with kids it's important, and it's also I think very good to show kids that you can be creative. You might not have to go to college. You could go into the vocational, world. Get into the, and there's never been bigger need for people in the trades. So showing people, showing youth that there's many different types of education out there. It's very important, and I'm excited to work with them. Because he just awakens their imagination. And if I reach a kid that was like me, oh, that was really troubled and had a real hard time in school, but was good at things. I had stuff to offer. Yeah, mission accomplished. If they just even just one kid, because it's hard. School is hard for a lot of us, and I know a lot of you are in here. You're a machinist, William. That's awesome. Very grounding. Ooh, that's great. See, like this is very grounding to me as well. That's awesome, especially that you know that about yourself, what your mental health kind of needs. We're not really taught that very often. That's cool. Good for you, buddy. Oh, Paul. You were a potter. Oh, that's cool. That's something I've never done before. It looks very therapeutic. I mean, I watched Ghost. It looks very cool. Hopefully, we got enough of this off white. We could always replicate it. This wasn't a hard color to come up with. Speaking of art classes, I need to go back and study my my color wheel. Not good at it. Not good. I just have to like keep mixing until I got like a gallon of the color, and then I color good. Okay. And then I can start painting all the beams. I think that's where it's going to get cool. This is looking very kind of plain. And we don't do plain around here. We don't like plain. Now this. Okay. Whoa, 93. That's amazing. Frame it. That's great. Cover. Cover's back there just licking up a storm. Would you hate that? You know, that like incessant, like little sound that just kind of slowly drives you into madness. So what have you guys all been up to? Let's chat. It's called Sunday Chats by all, by the way. So let's chat. What are your passions of late? Realized I was getting like too focused on what was I. That's when you need music. Oh, music for what? Music's so important, especially like remaining on task. Like I can't work without music playing. Some people like relish the silence of it all. I gotta be listening to something. Gotta be. Saudi F1. Oh, no kidding. Formula One. That's very cool. Started doing botanical illustration. That's awesome. What an art form. Drums. Very cool. Don't consider artistic things real jobs. Oh, well, they can just I mean I don't want to say it. I don't want to get in trouble. But you know what I want to say. Yeah, if they don't think that artistic uh pursuits are real jobs. I heard that my entire young life. And man, could it be further from the truth. Yeah. Well, and it's not always their fault. They just don't get it. They don't know any better. But could you imagine if everyone believed that? If no one believed in their art form? If we had no artists out there? Culture, for one, would just be just non-existent. But you wouldn't have like any like storytelling. You wouldn't have movies. You wouldn't have poets. You wouldn't have music. You wouldn't have anything if everyone just told themselves that. That takes a lot of bravery to be artistic, especially for a career. You studied anthropology? No way. How fun is that? Paul, totally. It helps pass the time. You've been listening to war drums, like Wardruna. That's what I thought of immediately. Gotta love Wardruna. Very enchanting. Yeah, Wardruna. I thought so. It's good. It's good stuff. I really don't want to paint these walls. What do you think? Do I need to paint these dang walls? Because I'm thinking it'll be like side to side. You know, I don't like really want the side so much. But I probably have to do it. Oh, I just don't want to. I'll leave it for now. If I feel suddenly inspired to paint them, I'll go there. Oh, I should. Dang it. Okay. Trust me, things are gonna pick up once we get them beams going. That's gonna be like the primary motif, I feel like. Or are they all the same? I know they're all the same color, you're right. But I like to think about it, they're not painted. They're like the material that they created them from. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm trying not to get overboard, but I'm finding it really hard not to have to go overboard and like paint each one, give each one kind of its own personality. I'm trying to like just pretty much because I made these for like a Christmas special I run. I'm just pretty much trying to unholiday them, you know? But it's like, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line when it comes to creativity? You know, like when do you stop? That's the real art form, is knowing when to stop. I'm bad at it, especially when it comes to my mental work. Oh my gosh, I'll work 2 months for free just to get it to where I want it to be. You know, you can't unsee it. All of a sudden, you got it. You know, you see it like a new possibility for what you're building. It's like, oh well, like there's no going back. Yeah, I have to see this through. That's always been my problem. Do you experience the same issues? You know, you can't put something down because you're just like, oh, but I can envision so much more to this. Well, I hope none of you suffer from that because it's not a fun fate. Absolutely. Okay. Well, at least I'm glad I'm not alone. Speaking of that, how do you charge? Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, pretty much time materials. At least that's where I get close. There's a lot of my work that has to be bid. Um, and whenever I tell people my actual rate, they're like, "What?" I'm very inexpensive. I I have a hard time charging for my worth. I think anybody that's truly creative has a hard time with that. It's a difficult reality that we all as creatives suffer from for the most part. Um, it's just hard, you know, because it's just such a different experience for us than it is the receiver of the work. And yeah, I've always had a hard time charging. Trying to get better at it. I'm trying to get more people involved in my charging process so that it doesn't even have to come from me. They tell them my prices. But yeah, primarily time material. At least that's where it's derived from. Because that's always I grew up in construction, and that's what always seemed fair. Because we're not trying to gouge anybody. You know, we're just trying to cover our costs. And then we just know what our overhead needs to be covered. And that's it. It's pretty easy peasy. Yeah. Troy, 100%. I totally understand. Oh, another whiskey cabinet. That whiskey cabinet came out so good. I'm not surprised one bit. I have no idea how to charge. I know it's really tough. Keeping track of your hours helps a lot. And what I used to do, I have a chalkboard full of different things that I remember building and the hours it took me. And then what I do is then I can kind of go back, and if I have a job that has similar technique, similar like processes, or like at least maybe the same scale, I can kind of extrapolate from that. Something I did in the past, kind of get a fairly good idea of how long it'll take me. And that gets me relatively close, if that helps at all. Okay, so now I want to do some beams. I'm terribly crazy because, these are boring as heck. They're like just like little hut. We need to add some cool like decorative beams, like cross members, and then the cool like little arched beams. You know what I'm talking about? So we have our kind of baby poop. It's 100% diarrhea. This color, and I want to mix it with this kind of terracotta, and I think that's just going to be our beam color. So wish me luck. Great advice. Oh well, I'm glad it maybe will help you a little bit. I never thought of myself as giving good advice. But maybe there's a time and a place. I've been doing it for a long time, so maybe I do have something to offer in that regard. Time material is usually the most fair. At least we'll get you started. Never charge as a hobby. D, great advice. Great advice. It's tough because we just want to do what we love and just cover our overhead. That's not much to ask. I don't. Okay. Okay. I like this color. I'm gonna be honest. I do like this color. Let's start with our little guy again. You know, boop. And you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna go for it. No time like the present, right? Oh God, now I'm nervous. So I'm gonna do like across the edges. Try to make it look like a 5-year-old didn't make it. Nothing against 5-year-olds, obviously. Oh, that's interesting. Troy, that's great advice. I know you're phenomenal with drawing, but you paints. I have zero experience with paints, obviously. No. Well, in this, okay, so get a load of this, you guys. And I'm starting to realize this about myself a little bit. I'm a gnarly perfectionist, like as bad as they get. I get really upset with myself when I don't feel like I did what I should be able to, like I have a lot of expectations on myself. And which is really not fun for the most part. And this is an exercise to be bad at something. I'm allowing myself to be just very mediocre. And so far it's working out. You know what I mean? All right, so I want a nice straight line across here. Yeah, allowing yourself to be just mediocre is a very liberating practice, I have found. Yeah, experimentation, right? Yeah, your mediocre is still very good. Oh well, Paul, you're too kind. I yeah, I'm allowing myself to be silly. Just it's hilarious to like see something that someone made that like has all the care in the world, but it's also just kind of dorky looking. It's great. It's the thought that counts, right? I already like where this is headed. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Oh no. Nerd crafts. Yeah, nerd crafts. Oh yeah. And you just add like those little curved beams and stuff. We're getting there. We're starting to like feel our voice, like our voice. Because think about it. It's like the little local like printing press and the local tavern and ale house and stuff. These aren't fancy buildings. They're the commonplaces. Yeah. Oh God, it's getting cute. That's what it's getting there. I can't read in straight lines. Yeah, look how adorable that is. That's like the cobbler's little cabin, right? We're getting there. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's coming together. You know what? I think we're going to put a beam right in the center of this window because obviously it's load bearing. Duh. You ever forget to blink? There's moments where I get so focused, forget to like blink. I do that when I'm designing like the big designs. Um, it's like I feel like my eyeballs are drying. I'm like, what's wrong? Oh God, that's right. I haven't blinked in the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Oh, it's fresh. Look how freaking cute. Okay. All right. I'm in. It's looking good. Also, the windows, maybe just like yellow for the windows. No, I like my idea. I like my idea. And then I'm going to come back over the top of everything with a nice little Sharpie to clean up, because I painted over the lines a little bit. Thanks for reminding me. My eyes are starting to hurt, right? Moon, I got you. Is this dry? Let's go to the new other one. There we go. All right, this one's dry. Well, I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Now that I'm starting to see these take shape, I'm feeling a lot better. There's that perfectionist there for you. Okay. I need like, there we go. There we go. Don't forget to blink. Mmm. Yeah. Totally, totally, William. I gotta like hold my breath for this one. See, there I go, getting too perfectionist again. It's whatever. It's silly. Let it be silly and kind of bad. Well, speaking of being a perfectionist, also I love to cook. Cooking is an art form unto itself. Back to the whole food conversation. Well, there's been numerous times where I'll cook something for a group of my friends, and it will not pass the bar, and I'll throw it away right in front of everybody, and it really upsets everybody because that's not a cool thing to do, and it not only negatively affects me, but it negatively affects them. So it's just something to be aware of. Nothing's perfect and nothing really should be. It's important to just have some fun and paint a silly little house. Hey, Scone, great seeing you and chatting. Thanks for coming to tea time this morning. That was a blast, as always. To the gulag. Yeah, right. Well, no, I of course replaced what I was cooking. You know, luckily it was like popcorn. Like I wasn't impressed with how everything popped. Well, yeah, I threw it away right in front of everybody, and it was just like, oh god. It's funny looking back at it now, but it was not funny when it happened. And they will never let me forget about it either. Dylan Hollis. I'll have to check them out. Okay, we're gonna do like a little second story beam coming across here. You know why? Because we want it. That's what it needed. That's what it looked like. And then we're gonna have a vertical. Down the center. And then we gotta have the curved beams in there. I mean, we have to. It's the rules. Oh yeah. Yeah. See, this is making it happen. This is it. On a rainy day, just farting around. This is great. Oh, I don't know if you're, look like little beam work. Yeah. Okay, I'll look up Dylan. You got it. Oh, he's hilarious. Oh, I'm always down for good food and hilarity. That's the dream blend. Okay, we need to figure out. Oh yeah, we need corbels. That. Mm-hmm. I think for the second story, so you need to be able to understand what's going on in these buildings from the outside. You know what I mean? Just like letting the intuition take hold. Yeah. So I've distinguished where the second story is. You know what I mean? I always love to see how things work. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I'm sure that way. I like to know just how stuff is kind of put together. Also, let's throw in some asymmetry. Splitting these two windows. A little asymmetrical, right? Why not? We're having fun. We're not being perfectionists. This is the best. This is the best. And also, I'm so happy that you're all here on the journey with me. It's fun. You guys make it special. Oh, yeah. This looks like a nice, cozy tavern if I ever saw one. Speaking of nice, cozy tavern, happy late St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Look at that. Oh, isn't it cute? See? I love it. It's coming together. I told you. Starts fire. Why do you burn? On point. Ooh, speaking of starting fires, so update on the new shop property. I've got the whole place cleared off, almost cleared, completely cleared off, and then I have all the brush in these giant piles. And since we have been getting such wonderful rains, I can now do a burn. So I got huge piles, and I could well, not huge piles, they're like regulation size piles, but brush piles, so I can burn those after this rain so I can like start like really planning on the new shop. I can't wait. It takes so much planning. I'll bring some marshmallows. All right. Paint's a little wet on this one. We got some smearage, but it does not have to be perfect. That's the key. That's today's mantra, right? It does not have to be perfect. And it shouldn't be. You know, it's handmade. It should look like it. Says the guy that always has to make things perfect. This is turning out great. I love this. Oh, this is like way more enjoyable than I was expecting it to be, you know? Yeah, I'm having a blast. Character, not the cookie cutter, right? I know they're all the same color, which bothers me. But you know, I don't know. I think they got character, and I like that. I just like to think that it's the same builder that isn't very creative. He's just good at like, or they're good at just making these buildings, and they all look exactly the same. It's always fun to think about like little stories that kind of piece it all together. Okay, we're starting to develop a voice here. Yeah. See what I'm working with? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. There needs to be a second story division right across here. Obviously. Obviously. I need like a GoPro on my forehead so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Maybe that'll be the next thing. Like you'll be able to see me here, but you also have like the bird's eye view of what I'm doing. Looks like a little town. Yeah. Oh, like a town hall. Ooh. Oh man, the goblins should totally like mess with the mayor. I'm definitely having a mayor out there somewhere in the thick of it. I'm also thinking there's going to be like a mashed potato sculpting competition that the party might find and interact with. You know, because they got to have potatoes on St. Patrick's Day, so that'll be hilarious for them to disturb. I stream sometimes in my shop. Oh, that's cool. Double camera setup. It's nice. Ooh, and I'm forging. How cool is that? Maybe I'll have to take some inspiration. Yeah, I'm very new to this whole online thing. Well, I'm not really, but I still feel very new to it all. You know, creating content and all that good stuff. We're getting there though. I'll learn new tricks. So when is the Western shootout? Yeah, right. And then, there's definitely going to be some. There's going to be a total showdown because at some point they're going to, rile up the ire of the town guard. I mean, it's a given. Goblins running amok. but eventually, they won't be none the wiser for a while there. Yeah, look how precious that is. Look at that. Yeah, perfect, ready for the trouble. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Oh God, that paint's still wet. Go figure. All right, we still got some more to build here. Yeah, see how boring that is? And then look how much more. Way better. Way better. Way better. Okay, we're getting there. Well, and also, here's another thing. I also want to leave room for the player's imagination. You know what I mean? Like if I make it so utterly detailed, I feel like my players won't have any customization to it, in their mind. So I kind of want to make it a little bit basic and let the players and the theater of their minds take over. You know what I mean? Would there ever be a live stream of your games? Oh, good question. I humiliate myself bad enough with just this type of stuff, let alone me making ridiculous and silly voices for my players. I don't think you want to see that, but I am very proud of the tales that do unfold. At least my end of it. It's up to them too, mostly up to them. I just kind of create the scenarios for the most part and do a lot of improv. But looking back after years of playing together, pretty amazing things have happened. I'm very proud to call them my real good friends. Stream watching indeed. Hey, Colton, you never know. You honestly never know what might come next. Maybe that'll be the next thing I end up doing. I've always thought. So I'm a blacksmith. I have been for over 20 years, and I've gotten pretty all right at it. And but primarily through like my imagination, right? Like I think that's what the strength truly is. But if I did run a game online, I could then go and make the magical items that they get, from that last week. That could be a fun series one day. You never know. I don't know. I guess it just depends on what people want to see. I have plenty to show. It's just what you guys want to see. If that makes any sense. Oh, and then Tuesday we got the chapter 2 for the Artist's Way. I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't read it yet. I want to make sure it's good and fresh. You know what I mean? Proper fresh. Okay. Almost knocked a little chimney off. Don't want that. Dude, who here actually plays D&D? Because I hope you're not like looking at this like, what the hell am I even looking at, Oh, do you think you'll make Beery's weapons? I mean, definitely could. I designed them to where they could be replicated for the most part, The hardest thing about his hammer is the coil spring. Make it strong enough and long enough. Yeah, time zones are. You play D&D good. I had a session yesterday. How incredible! Oh, you would love it. And if you haven't played it before and you want to know like more, Critical Role is I think the best introduction into it. At least that's the way I create my games. There's many ways to play, but I like story heavy narrative. I need another beam going across here because it's just too naked right here. I may have to become a DM. I mean, sure. It's hard. Sometimes the game that you want to play doesn't exist. You have to kind of create it for those around you. I feel like that was kind of true for me. Because I had a very clear image of the world and the way it felt in my mind. And the only way to achieve that was kind of just to do it my darn self. I'm glad I made so much of this god awful baby diarrhea color because it's really coming in handy right now. Look at it. It's it's so cute. It's precious. I love it. Cool. Well, I'm at no, still wet. I was close. Almost was wearing the facade like on my chest of that building. All right. Ooh, got the big one. You know, like in the wise words of Sid, the one. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. Ooh, I got into it from Adventure Zone. I haven't watched Adventure Zone. Oh, yeah, Vox Machina, the TV show or the YouTube, like stream. Because back in the day, I watched it on YouTube, and it couldn't have been a better time in my life to find it. Man, it is storming. If all of a sudden I lose connection, it's because the storm knocked my lights out. Ah, the TV show. Isn't it good? And it was amazing. So it was, I think for the first time in my life, I felt the same sensation when people say like, "Oh, the movie wasn't as good as the book was." Like I watched every second of Vox Machina, and I, it was so cool to watch them like summarize what 300, like 1,000 hours of content or something crazy like that. Um, and I think they did such a good job. They did such a good job, briefing that down. But I do like the original YouTube live stream. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. Seeing something like that for the first time just blew my mind. It was so much fun. It was great because they were like so unpolished. They had no idea what they were doing. Now they know exactly what they're doing. They're so excellent, and I still watch them today. But there was just something really special about that first season. Try to get these little crevices. Man, this like open pore styrofoam is a nightmare to paint. Hey, have an amazing Sunday, Colton. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. Yeah, this one's going a lot longer than I was expecting. But I mean, hey, heck with it. We're just hanging out, having a conversation. I'm almost done with this. Maybe I'll bid my adieus at the windows so you don't see me lose my temper when it doesn't go the way I thought it was. Perfectionism. No, I won't. I won't. No, we're just having fun, just painting some silly little houses. It's great. Yeah, look at them. When they're all together, they look like a little cute town, man. I love it. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and we need to have a beam that goes right across here. Throws and tries to start over. Jerry, you're not very far off from the honest truth. It's tough. I really dislike being a perfectionist. It's not fun. Well, and it's weird too, because I do really feel like it led me to some really good things being a perfectionist. But for the most part, it doesn't really serve me, you know. It doesn't, it just kind of holds you back for a lot of it. But it does it does fill you with a lot of initiative to get it figure it out well, and and do it right at least once, at least to begin with. Maybe perfectionism is important to have at the beginning of your journey, into its skill, and then you can lighten up later on. Maybe that's the trick of it all. Who knows? Ooh, my first forge setup was a coal forge. Yeah, a little funny little farrier's kit that I found in a junkyard. I Yeah, there was this, like, it had a little blower, the same one that I still use today, that I built a much bigger forge for, the proper forge. And yeah, I found it, and it was like a choir of angels. There was a scrap heap, and I was like, I just know it's in there. And I followed the white light in the choir of angels, and I found it, and it was there in this scrap heap, waiting to get just shipped off. So I took it apart, cleaned up all the gear works, oiled everything, new gasket. It works like a charm. I mean, I love that little forge. But that was my first setup, and I built a little table. Well, I started as a welder, so building my tools was a breeze. I think I had it very easy because I didn't have to learn two skills at once. I already had one that was pivotal already under my belt. You know what I mean? So that really worked out to my advantage. Yeah, and then I built a propane forge, because I was starting to do a lot of bulk work. I needed stuff to just get in there and soak. Mm. Perfectionism forces you to get better faster. Jerry, you're on point, my friend. 100%. And I think there's some point in there where you can lighten up and free yourself to learn. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you kind of stifle yourself after a while. If that makes any sense. Am I a loony in thinking that? Because I find when I lighten up on myself a little bit, that's when I'll have my eureka moment. That's when I'll learn something new. Because there's definitely times that you just feel kind of stuck. And it just sometimes takes a quick, kooky little idea to almost inspire an entire body of work. It's funny how that works out. I have a brake drum forge blower from the 1900s. Yeah, those old Blake those old forges were great, especially how those 100-year-old blowers are still doing their thing. They're great. Yeah, like I think, yeah, mine's in there. It's definitely over 100 years old. They just built them really well. Had a good old cast. Look at it. It's adorable. It's so storybook. All right. Hmm, I like it. Ooh, blue for the windows. It needs to be blue. All right, we're doing it. Dark blue with like golden light, and then I'll paint over that with the Sharpie. at a later date. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, good night, Moon. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, we need to get some blue up in here. Blue mixed with the baby diarrhea brown. It's coming back. We're gonna mix that so that's a little less. Oh, I'm getting green. I didn't want green. Oh my gosh, color wheel, help me. All right, we're going back to blue. No baby poop. Yeah, that went green on me fast. Okay, we're gonna flip this around, stick away from the baby poop, and we're just gonna go. We're gonna go this, and we're just gonna add a little bit of black, so it's a little on the dark side. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. Just a little bit of black. Uh-oh. Want to add black? Nope, we're good. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I wanted like a dark midnight blue. And then we'll add in just a little shine of yellow kind of towards the center. You know what I mean? That's a little bit too dark. I think that'll look lovely, like Paul Revere with the candle in the window. You know what I mean? Let's see. Where's our testy? There's our tester. Too much on the brush. Ooh, this is very dark. No one's home. Too dark. No, there's no lights on in that house. Ooh, that was a lot of blue. I'm a little chaotic right now, but that's okay. That's what this is all about. Freeing ourselves and letting ourselves just kind of have some fun. Okay. Ooh, and I got kind of like a marbling between the dark and the light, so that's kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's all coming together. Or that the curtains are closed. Oh, I love that. See, that's the imagination I'm talking about. Still a little on the dark side. What did I do? I touched some wet paint somewhere, but I don't know where it went. That's okay. No harm, no foul. There we go. That's the color I was looking for. Ooh, and I like the marbling that we're getting. This is fun. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, look. Lovely. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, and we got these big old windows. See, these windows is where it's gonna really shine. Shine, huh? Quite literally. Old British houses have taxed. They were taxed? Oh, that sounds like a fun history lesson. Lose my. I lost my mind long ago, Paul. Don't you worry about me, buddy. Oh, this is going to be great. It needed a dash of color. It really did. A little dishy dash of color. Yeah, and then we'll have that just kind of yellow glow kind of in the center of it. And then I'll paint, or sorry, then I'll come back over with a Sharpie and paint like the lines, like the panes over that. And it'll look like it's coming from within. I think it'll create a good little illusion. Let's try it with this one, and then we'll go to the other ones. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We're just going by the seat of our pants here. Let's do it. All right, let's get our yellow in there. Let me put that there. There we go. Okay. And I think if I put the yellow in there while it's wet, wait, no, we'll get green. We can't do that. We gotta let it dry. We gotta let it dry. I almost made the biggest mistake ever. We would have made green. Yeah, so I want so with the blue, there'll be like kind of like a glow of yellow on the inside of that, and then I'll put the panes over that. And then we'll get there. Oh, well, I'm going to do that to the rest of these guys. I'll let you all go. Thanks for hanging out with me on our like little Sunday chats where we just hang out and do something silly and relatively artistic. But I want you all to have the rest of your Sunday be terrific, as productive or as non-productive as you want it to be. But just never forget, love you guys, and thank you for hanging out with me. It's been 2 hours, my goodness. I got to go take a break. Good to see you all. Goodbye.